What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mike Rashid. It's Q&A time. So I'm gonna just go down the list, answer as many as I can. All right. I hope y'all ask me some good stuff. I didn't read any of these questions yet, so I'm gonna just pick them out and try to fire off answers. All right. So first question. This is on Facebook from Bobby Carroll. Favorite holiday movie? LOL. Why you gotta put LOL? What's funny about that? But anyway, my favorite holiday movie's got to be Nightmare Before Christmas. I love that shit. Shit is dope. What Stephen Lavia? What motivates you to push every day? I'm very self-motivated. I grew up in a household. My father was Army. He was tough. It was like boot camp. You know what I mean? Had to be up bright and early, out running, jogging. Training, working out. The older I got, I wanted to hang out and party. He was like, "Look, I'm not saying don't party, but you better be up. You better not party too hard to where you can't be up training in the morning." And I adapted that lifestyle. I never was a big party animal. All throughout college, man, I just busted my ass. I did party a little bit after, when I was a little older, but that was a short phase, and I grew out of it. So my motivation to push every day is, my kids, all you iron addicts. I got a lot of people that depend on me, so I can't let people down, and I can't let myself down. You know what I mean? I have very high standards for myself, and it is what it is. So that's why I push every day. PJ Previte, can I drink beer every couple nights and still make gains? I mean, I'd advise against it. Beer is, alcohol, period, is empty calories. Alcohol can only be stored as fat, as sugar, so you probably will be, you can probably make gains if you drink a lot of beer, but you probably won't be as ripped as you would like to, or as hard as you would like to. You'll probably be kind of soft, really smooth, and hold a lot of water, and you might get that young beer gut, you know what I'm saying? So you want that washboard, I just say stay away from it. Look, I don't put stuff, don't take stuff that's not going to benefit you, you know what I mean? Honestly, I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. I seen another question is, do I drink? How often? I don't drink. I'm afraid of alcohol. I'm afraid of how people react on alcohol. To me, alcohol is probably the worst drug there is. It just happened to be. Why it's legal, it fucking blows my mind. It's like one of the in the top 3 of most deaths in this country, at least, for alcohol related, whether it be violence, whether it be car accidents, drunk drivers. I'm afraid of people on alcohol. I see people, like super sweet people, turn into demons on alcohol. So I don't like it. I stay away from it. That's on you if you want to drink it, brother. All right. What does alpha entail? I mean, it's just a state of mind, man. That question was from, I'm trying to remember to say y'all names. That's from Andrew Grant. Being alpha is just being a leader. You're the first you're a first responder. Alpha is the letter A. It's the first letter in the Greek alphabet. It's just, you're a leader. You're a pioneer. You're confident. It's a powerful presence about you. And to me, I feel like I was a born leader. All my life I've been in like leadership roles, and I gladly accept it. So that's what being alpha is. It's the dominant figure in an environment. So that's pretty much how, like, my perception of what alpha is. But it could be whatever you want it to mean. Why don't you do up your laces? From Alex Dean. Because it's comfortable, but when I'm lifting or doing something athletic, I tie them up. All right. What is the best thing to do for sleep aid after a late workout? It's funny you ask. I actually have a product that will be dropping in a couple days called Power Down, and it's liquid. We have melatonin, and it's like, I have no problem falling asleep, but I have a problem staying asleep. When I take Power Down, I'm out, and I wake up refreshed. You don't wake up drowsy or anything, so just be on the lookout for that. I'll be making an announcement about that pretty soon. All right. Let's see. I apply your overtraining method in my leg routine. If you continuously overtrain any body part, won't your body part adapt? Yes. So the human body is very dynamic. We are products of evolution. I mean, it's a fact. A lot of people debate, creation, evolution, God, and I don't get into that debate with people. And but why can't, if it is creation, if God created us, why couldn't it? Why isn't there a method? What if it's science? What if it's by means of evolution? You know what I mean? So I don't get into that debate with people. I'll never really tell my beliefs on that. I don't get into it because you can lose friends over that kind of stuff that has no real impact or bearing on your life. You can lose friends over, and I think that's silly. So your body adapts. Our bodies are, it wants to be efficient at everything that we do. So when you do something for the first time, it's going to be difficult. Second time, difficult. Is when you keep doing it, your body, it starts to become stronger or more efficient at doing whatever it is. So you will adapt. But in the instance of building your body, when you want to get stronger, you want to get bigger, when you feel yourself starting to adapt or these movements become easier, you need to start stepping it up, add more reps, do the movement in a more difficult capacity, add more weight, That way you're always challenging yourself. And that's what's difficult about with me and how I train. Man, I beat myself up because, I've been training for a really long time. And I'm constantly getting stronger. I'm constantly progressing. There are times when there's setbacks, like I'm traveling a lot and I can't really hit those big numbers on a consistent basis. So that kind of like sets me back a little bit. Or if I hurt myself, that sets me back a little bit. But, I always dial it back in and get back on my progressive path. Okay. What's your favorite tattoo on your body and the meaning behind it? I don't have, well, probably, I got where's it at? I got a lot of them. I got RIP, rest in peace, the Grandpa Sonny. It has a sunrise, 3/10/23, sunset, 8/31/99. So sunrise is when he was born, sunset is when he passed away or just moved on to a higher level of consciousness. And it's Grandpa Sonny. His name was Edwin. He's Dominican, but his nickname was Sonny. So sunrise and sunset is perfect for him. And that's probably my favorite because I was real close with my grandpa. We were like this. And when man, I'm getting emotional right now. When he left us, he didn't leave us. When he moved on to that next level, it was like, it's like, nah, grandpa's still here, My grandpa Sonny had one of those presence about him that he was the life of everything. He was the life of the party. He was the life of the family. Everybody knew him. Grew up in Brooklyn, Jefferson, not Jefferson. I grew up on Jefferson Avenue, but my grandparents was on Linden Boulevard, and in the co-ops, and everybody in his building, and those co-ops knew Grandpa Sonny. He was the man. You know what I mean? Just funny. He had jokes. He had riddles. You know what I mean? So my tattoo of my Grandpa Sonny is probably my most favorite tattoo. All right. Joshua Baker, are you going to be at Abner's next fight on the 13th? I will be there. You already know. All right. Let's see. What is the highest percentage of body fat you ever had? I don't know. I never had high body fat, honestly, because I've been very athletic my entire life. I've been in shape my whole life. It is what it is. You know what I mean? This is my life. I'm dedicated. You know what I mean? I don't fall off. I don't allow it. It's just impossible. Doesn't happen. Sorry. All right. Is it possible to out-train a bad diet even when doing intermittent fasting and hit cardio? Man, that's a tough one. Yeah, no, it is possible to out-train a bad diet. Because you know who has a bad diet? Floyd Mayweather. He eats burgers, he drinks soda, and this guy walks around in tip-top shape, tip-top condition every day. So a lot of people will say, oh, you can't out-train a bad diet, and I don't agree with that, honestly. And, if you know what you're doing and your body is primed for that hard work and your body responds to that hard work, I mean, I don't recommend it because it's a lot more than how your body look. It's how your body perform, how you feel, your health. You know, you got to think about visceral fat on the inside, clogging arteries. Some people just don't. It doesn't happen. You know, you have a person that lived to be 90 something years old, 100 years old, that smokes cigarettes every day. Some people are anomalies. Some people are just, you know. So that's a tough question. All right. All right, that's it for today. I didn't want to go over 10 minutes. We're at 10:25 right now and counting. So much love to all you iron addicts. Keep sending your questions in. I'll keep knocking them down. All right. Much love. Peace.